Previously on the Vampire Diaries.
Slow it down. Sipping on propane. Sipping on propane. Sipping on.
Have you had any blackouts? Instances of lost time?
Listening to scissor, yeah, sipping on some scissor, riding with Rodrigo while she's driving through the suburbs. Jeremy's ghost exes, right? Sending him ghost texts. I bet before they left he got to get him some ghost beat. Okay, let's go. Pour out the brothers bond. Season 4's coming on. Ashley Pete, chop it up about what's going on. Devin is 8 for me, trying to kill OGs. Tyler hybrid side. Caroline turns 18. Here comes season 4. Someone bolt the door. Get the diary out. It's time for fan meeting now. Woo!
All it's best you had to drop a human blood. Since I'm not trying to drive a lane off of a great bridge.
Hey, it's Ash. We're excited for you to be listening to the first episode of Season 4. Just a heads up, about 10 minutes in, we take a little break to adjust the audio. We're in a new studio and we've been figuring it out. So stick with us and it should sound better in just a little bit. Thanks.
Hello. Welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast. We're guys watching the series for the first time with a super fan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular Petey. Let's just say I put the Petey in Vampedy, but please call me Pete, and I'm here with my co-host and co-parent, Ash. Hello, Ash.
Hello, Pete. Your voice is really deep.
Oh,
hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete.
What's up? What's up? Season 4, Episode 1.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
All right. The audio probably sounds a little different. We're in a new studio.
Yes.
And we haven't done all of the soundproofing that we're going to do yet.
They'll probably need a couple more rugs.
Yep. Some of that, some peanuts on the walls or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Ash, are you excited to be back for Season 4?
Yeah, back again.
For the Vampire Diaries.
100%.
Season 3, exciting.
I know.
Ended with a bang. Season 4, we're not getting into it yet, however.
No, but it's gonna be great.
It starts right on there. We just listened to some of my Pete-dictions.
Yes, from the last episode.
Yeah, and kind of spot on.
You did pretty
A
good.
couple of those.
Yeah.
Ash, I think we should just talk about the elephant in the room. Vampire Diaries, no longer on Netflix.
It's true.
We had to press a different button and go over to HBO Max.
That we already subscribed to.
I believe it's also on Peacock currently.
Yeah, you guys don't lose your watching. Keep watching.
No, HBO Max. Was there something different about it and weird? Okay.
No, it was good.
Ash, it's been a couple of months. Hey, actually, people listened I think people caught up.
Yeah, that's great.
We crossed over a milestone of downloads or listens or whatever.
I do appreciate when podcasts take long breaks because I do like listening to podcasts, not as much as you, and it took me a while to get into it, but I now have a handful of pods that I like, but I don't have enough like alone time. My commute is not long. That's nice. But then I also spend all the rest of my time with my family. Mm-hmm. I'm not very often alone. I don't like go jogging or ride my bike or whatever like you. Like I need to get back into the gym. Maybe that'll help. But I really don't have a lot of time to listen to pods, so it takes me forever to get through some. Mm-hmm. So when podcasts take long breaks, I'm like, oh yeah, I have time to catch up and I'm not like overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. So you're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome, listener who has a short commute and lots of children.
The one person that's just like me, let's be friends.
Mm-hmm. I, however, have been at an all-time pod listening high.
Yes, you have.
I listen to so many pods, I call them Pete's. Pete casts. Yeah, I'm on the pod scene.
And that doesn't mean that you don't spend all your time with your family. It's that you had a hiatus from work and you were home alone for a while.
Yep. They called me Kevin McAllister.
You are a great husband and father, and you spend a lot of time with us.
For sure. Ash, speaking of being a great husband and father,
yes.
Tell me more about that. No. In this hiatus, this vampiatus.
Oh my god. Okay, sure.
Have you entertained any vampire-related medias? Have you done any vampy things?
I'm like, have I? I'm gonna ask you if I have. Well, I'm drinking this wine called Vampire that you got for me.
Yeah, I found a wine called Vampire. Ash, I don't want to spoil a semi-recent movie that came out that I went into
That vampire-esque stuff.
that turned out to be about vampires that I did not know. And I don't know if it's probably not what you're thinking. But yeah, I went to a movie in the theater. And I was like, I saw like a trailer a while ago, and I was like, I don't know what this is about. And you're probably thinking it's another one that I'm talking about. But anyway, I went into a semi-recent movie. I was like, what is this all about? And then I started watching it. I was like, oh, it's about vampires?
But it wasn't in a good way?
No, I wanted it to have something else going on in it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think so, really. What was that other podcast we were on?
Oh,
Bite Me? Yeah. I listened to that.
Okay, that's good. That's a good podcast.
Yeah.
Bite Me. I got to shout out Bite Me, the podcast, and I got to shout out Kill Streak, the podcast.
But yeah, I listened to Bite Me, so that's some vampire-y stuff I heard. And this wine. That might be it.
Kill Streak is currently doing Stephen King movies. They did Carrie. They did Salem's Lot, which, man, I listened to that whole pod. I believe that's those are vampires over there in that Salem's Lot.
Oh, really?
But I was just listening to the Shining episode.
Oh, well, that makes sense for you.
Which last year, read The Shining, watched The Shining, read Dr. Sleep, watched Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, you stand. I mean, I was literally just looking at this ginormous stack of Stephen King books that you own, and I was like, has he really read all of these?
No, I have not read all of those, but do we only own books that we have read?
No.
I was wondering that recently when I was putting those books up. Like, is a bookshelf like a trophy case of like, I have read these tomes, or is it just like some of these I read, some of them I haven't, some of them I hope to read, some of them I'll never read?
I think it is a mixture, but I think initially I always assumed that these are books that people have read, because why else would you buy them? Like, I bought them, I read them, and now they're here.
Because, you know, when you buy a brand new book, you hide it.
Until you read it, and then you
can put it on the bookshelf.
Yeah.
You hide it in your book coffin.
You leave it, yeah. You have to hide it, and then once you're done, you can proudly display it.
It's in the garage next to the the spare tire.
Right.
Yeah.
Extra toilet paper.
Yeah.
But the reason I was thinking about it is because, like, I was thinking probably you have read most of these. But I've read 0 Stephen King books, which is weird that you've read so many and I haven't read any.
That's so sad. You
should give me like a starter one.
Ooh, that's a great conversation right there.
Oh, are you also wearing a Stephen King shirt?
I am wearing. It was Stephen King's birthday. Like, I don't know exactly when we're posting. I think we're posting this in early October, but it was Stephen King's birthday, like yesterday or something.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so funny. But I was gonna say, I already have a spooky book queued up for the month of October.
Oh, yeah. That's for the plug section.
I know.
But go for it.
Horror from the High Dive Volume 2 by Peter L. Harmon, and etc. I'm only going to give you the only.
Yeah.
Published by Pete.
Yeah.
He's one of the authors.
I edited it.
But yeah, I'm that's my next jam. I'm waiting for October to land, and then I'm going to read it. But yeah, you got to give me a starter Stephen King, and not it because I saw part of the movie as a child and it was too scary and I don't want to know it.
You saw the miniseries with Tim Curry?
Yeah, probably.
You didn't see the new one as a child?
No, I didn't know that the original was a miniseries. I just saw it on TV and was spooked for life.
Yeah. All right. listeners, if you care about this, come at us with what would be the intro Stephen King book to a noob. Here's what I would say. I would say Carrie is his first book. Mm-hmm. I would say Cujo is another great way in. And these are more the skinny guys.
Yeah.
I would say The Green Mile if you don't want a hard horror.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say even if you want less hard horror, which, hey, give me the hard horror. But I would say go The Eyes of the Dragon for a light fantasy.
Oh, interesting. I have seen Carrie. Mm-hmm. I didn't know it was Stephen King, though, actually. All right. Well, good recommendations.
All right. We're back from adjusting the audio. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better.
Yes. I hope so.
And I think we last left off talking about Horror from the High Dive Volume 2. Mm-hmm. Which we'll hit that in the plugs.
Yes, we will.
And also Happenstances 3. We'll hit that in the plugs. But just subliminally, we're going to give you those hits. Horror from the High Dive Volume 2. The Happenstances 3.
Keep an ear out.
Ash.
We're in a new space. We're figuring it out. We haven't found our flow yet.
No, we haven't potted in a minute. Except I did that fun one.
Yeah. What a goof.
Like a month ago or whatever. Anyway, we're happy that people found the show over our break. And we're happy if you're, you know what, if you're listening to this right now.
Thank you.
We love you.
Yeah, we love you. Thank you.
We're going into fall time. Perfect time to snuggle up, watch Season 4.
Oh my gosh.
Episode 1 of The Vampire Diaries. Growing Pains.
How can you even have this podcast right now without even addressing your theme song?
Oh, let's talk about the theme song.
I keep waiting for you to bring it up, and I'm like, is he really not going to say anything about it?
I didn't have that in my notes. New theme song, new banger.
Man, what a guy.
Let me know how you feel about it.
I love it. I love everything about it. I hope that the listeners get to hear it a bunch and hear all the little like nuances and little references and stuff. It's so layered and it's really fun. And when you recorded the first 3, I was kind of around for it, like either with you working on it or just like in the room kind of. This one you did completely by yourself, and then I just got to hear its masterpiece.
Well, I did come with my phone to get a voice note of you going, Pete.
Yeah, besides that part.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun, and I've been excited for everyone to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, come over to High Dive Publishing on Instagram. Let me know what you think of the theme song. I created the beat with just like an old keyboard, and I also made a noise with my mouth for the beat. So, yeah, lots of fun stuff.
And you wrote it, and you recorded it. You did all. It's a one-man show.
I'm like a friggin' Charlie Puth TikTok over here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but how do you know?
Because he showed it to me.
Oh, okay.
Also, he comes up in my dang explore page, how to slice your eyebrow in 2 times or whatever.
Oh man.
No, he doesn't. I just know he does that. Yeah, that's fun stuff. I like to do that. I'm already thinking of season 5, Ash.
Yeah, but you can't because you need to watch all of season 4 before you can record season 5.
No, of course, but the first little bit of season 4 has nothing to do with season 4, you know?
I know.
That's my new lane.
You're like, because you can't watch the season to make it about what it's going to be, you have to make it about what you just watched.
Yeah, or sipping on scissor, which has nothing to do with anything.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do that.
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited. Hope you guys like it.
Yeah, well, you'll hear it like 22 times, I'm sure, or more. Re-listen to the episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Ash, let's just get into it. Because I got a game. Oh,
you
too.
do?
I got plugs. I got a game.
I do want to really quickly talk about the title.
Groin Pains.
Why did you say groin?
Yeah, like you hurt your pelvis.
No, growing pains.
Okay.
Did you watch that show?
I did not watch that show. Was that Michael J. Fox or was that somebody else? No, that's Family Ties.
Yeah, that's Family Ties.
What's Growing Pains?
It has Leonardo DiCaprio.
Young Leo?
Yes.
Okay, I knew he was on some show like that.
I watched it on the Disney Channel, and it was glorious. And I fell in love with Leo, and he was like, I don't know, 12 or something probably. He was pretty young in it. So cute. Mm-hmm. It is just one of those shows like Family Matters, Step by Step, all that. Growing Pains.
The show All That, the sketch comedy show.
And it has...
Right?
No.
No, I know.
And it has the brother of DJ Tanner in Full House. I can't think of what that.
Kirk Cameron.
Yeah, Kirk Cameron. Thank you. Yeah, Kirk Cameron, and then Leo. And Leo has such a heartbreaking storyline.
Oh no. No spoilers.
It's such a good show. Anyways, Growing Pains. That's the jam.
He gets turned into a vampire.
No, but you should watch it. It's good.
I know, but I truly won't.
It's like you're sick at home and you're just like, what am I gonna watch? I'll just watch some Growing Pains while
If you had
eat
cable.
some soup or whatever. Soap.
That's why you were sick. You're Misha Barton from The Sixth Sense over there.
Not eating soap. So I'm gonna say soup.
No, that's if you
Well,
had...
people are watching soaps
Uh-huh.
and eating soup.
That's if you were living that cable life, that basic cable life. That was not me. I was watching Maury and Ricky.
Well, I had that too for sure.
And Judge Mathis.
I think I don't know how I convinced my parents to get Disney. We had it for a very short amount of time, but I mostly watched it when I go to my friends' houses.
Probably Nick at Night right now is Euphoria. That's how old we are.
You can't laugh that deep,
You're
Eric.
so old. Nick at Night is Euphoria. It used to be I Love Lucy, and now it's season 1 of Euphoria.
Yeah, it was I Love Lucy and the Facts of Life and stuff. Oh, man. Well,
Now it's season 2 of Search Party. It's like, that's how old it is.
but also, isn't it kind of cool that we know all of those and we've seen them? Facts of Life, I Love Lucy, Euphoria,
Oh, yeah, we're so hip.
Full House. Mm-hmm. Live through it all.
We've watched a lot of the life of television, I guess. Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't seen Facts of Life or Growing Pains or Growing Pains.
Okay. Well, now I feel bad we've been talking for so long and not getting into the episode. I just wanted to bring it up really
This
quick.
is what the people are here for, Ash. I have a very convoluted game later, so I hope that people want to stick around for that.
Now I'm nervous.
Ash, there's nothing to be nervous about. Okay, here's our. Do we have if we have any new listeners? If we have any new listeners to this episode,
This
is
your
their
first
very
one?
first episode. Go to @HighDive Publishing. Say the magic word growing pains. And
That's magic words.
And I'll give you a Horror from the High Dive Volume 2. But only if this is your very first episode, because I'm sorry.
Be honest.
I'm sorry you're so confused.
I know. Really, like, what is this? Sorry, guys.
We will talk about the show starting now. Okay.
Let's do it.
Patented segment.
Cold open.
Burr. Ash, we hadn't watched this show in a couple of months.
Correct.
Let's BH.
Yeah, no, for real. We took a break.
And we come up cold open. Elena's laying in bed. Some lawnmower noises are playing. Police sirens. People talking. What was happening? She was laying in bed after dying, literally dying, and probably sucking some vampire blood or whatever happened to her. And there's a lawnmower sound effect is the first thing we come in on.
Yeah, it's really a strong choice.
Elena wakes up in bed. Stefan is there. You were in an accident. He's catching up her and us, the viewer. Mm-hmm. Damon is also there. He presents himself as being there.
Oh my gosh, he's so annoying for this whole episode.
He says that Matt is alive because Stefan is a hero, but he says it in a mad way. Mm-hmm. When you could say that in a really nice way. He'd be like, Matt's alive, Stefan's a hero. He doesn't say it like that.
Yeah, those could be two really good things.
Damon says Elena had vampire blood in her system. Mm-hmm. Meredith Fell put it there.
Without anyone's permission. Because Elena got $1 million babied.
Yes.
And her injury was way worse than she told anyone. Mm-hmm. Instead of telling anyone and doing like medicine, she just gives her vampire blood. Which also, I feel like Meredith is really lazy at her job. She's like, oh, well, you have like this brain hemorrhage, vampire blood. Oh, well, vampire blood. Just like, well, you could also like do your job.
I feel like Meredith Fell with the vampire blood is kind of like Chris Rock's grandma with tussin.
Oh, right.
Is that a thing? That's a stand-up bit, right?
With Vicks.
Vicks?
Yeah, Vicks is a thing, too.
I think Chris Rock's grandmama did tussin.
Okay, but I know people who have told me lovingly that their grandparents or in-laws or whatever just do the Vicks.
Vicks is a miracle drug, I think.
I think so, too. But anyways, Meredith Bell doesn't do her job at all. She only gives vampire blood because she's lazy. And so she gives Elena vampire blood and just, like, hopes she won't die, like, soon.
I feel like Meredith Fell always gets a patient in at, like, 4:45. And it's about to be 5 o'clock somewhere. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I could, like, do surgery.
For, like, 12 hours.
And, get the, exploding, not liver. What happens? Your appendix?
Yeah.
I could, like, take this exploding appendix out, but let me just use vampire blood.
Yeah, and then get out of here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she does that. And so that's how she had the vampire blood in her system.
And Elena finds out she's a vampire now. She says, am I dead?
Isn't that so terrifying and sad and weird to be like, am I dead? Like, yikes. I don't ever have to say that.
No, I want to know that I'm dead.
Yeah.
Bonnie might be able to help her. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how Damon thinks too.
Feed and complete the transition. You feed or you die, Damon says. No door number 3.
Yeah, he's like, this has never happened in the history of vampirism, he says. Mm-hmm. He's like, snoring pug.
Oh yeah, we got the snoring pug in here. That's a staple.
It's a real pug, by the way, not like some weird sound effect or toy or something.
No. We got a real life snoring pug in our new studio.
Mm-hmm. But
Elena,
you either feed or die.
Elena, okay, feed or die. I remember when P. Diddy said that. And also his bad boy counterpart, Biggie, and Elena were ready to die.
Right.
That was good right there. All right. She doesn't want to be a vampire. She's like, I don't want to be a vampire, which is kind of a slap in the face to these vampires that are just sitting there.
I know. I was thinking that too. Like, she said it before, but now she is basically one, right? Because she hasn't, like, totally crossed over or whatever the heck, but she's on her way, and she's like, I can't be a vampire, I don't want to be one, blah, blah. And they're like, well, like...
Yeah.
We're vampires.
I guess
Is it really that bad?
I guess we're pieces of chopped liver over here.
It's like you love us after all.
Mm-hmm. You can't get enough of our bodies.
Yeah.
Oh, you can come around and kiss all these vampires, but you don't want to be a vampire.
Right. She does more than just kiss.
Uh-oh.
At least with Stefan.
And then the title. All right. Damon... They're just in Elena's house. Mm-hmm. Damon finds the brothers' bond.
Mm-hmm. And he drinks it out of the biggest glass that they've ever had. Mm-hmm. It's a very, very wide glass.
Stefan and Damon argue, I will regret this choice for the rest of my life. Saving Matt over Elena. He'll regret it.
Right, but it's kind of annoying how Stefan has to live and die, aka not die, only live, by Elena's choices.
Yeah.
Because she's like, well, I asked you to save me first, so that's good. And, I mean, save Matt first, so that's good. And how would I be if you had saved me first and Matt was dead? Then you'd have to deal with that. I'm like, why does he have to deal with all your stuff all the time?
He would not care. Okay. If he had saved...
You know what I mean?
If he had saved her and not Matt, Matt would be dead, and maybe she would be like, all right, then I'm not, like, messing with you anymore. Like, I'm not even coercing with you anymore. Mm-hmm. Good. The end.
Yeah, it's like
she gets to go live a normal life, and he gets to go live a ripper life or whatever.
Yeah, he always just has to lose. It's like, because Elena can never be pleased. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, you saved me, and then now Matt died. I hate you. Oh no, you saved Matt, and now I'm a vampire. I hate you. It's like, okay, well, we all should both die.
Yeah, Stefan should have just been standing on the bridge, just like, well, all right.
At least no one will be mad at him.
Yeah. That's his main thing, not having someone mad at him.
This is just me proving how much I care about Stefan more than anyone else.
Elena is feeling vampy. Jeremy's back in the house. Mm-hmm. He saw Vicky go through the transition, Ash. Mm-hmm. Ash, he's extra Brooklyn in this scene. He's like, I saw Vicky go through it. I don't want to see my sister. Right?
I didn't notice that. That's funny.
You need help, he says. Let's fold the slices of pizza in half. Right. Bonnie is going to plea to the witch spirits. Mm-hmm. And then Elena's like, witch spirits? And Jeremy's like, yes. Pretty good slapstick in there.
Who's on first?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jeremy needs his sister, not another one of them. There's a lot of vampirism in this episode.
Oh, and I'm getting distracted because I remember when you were writing a note and you were giggling to yourself. Was it that joke that you just said? Which?
I just made that up right now.
Oh, okay. When you were...
but it might be this next...
Okay, because when you're typing notes, I'm like, oh, I wonder what silly thing he's saying.
Just made up that witch thing.
Okay.
Right now. That's how... I didn't even have to write that.
Got it.
The thing that I might have been laughing at, I'm laughing at again now, is that at the end of this scene, Elena goes over and, like, crushes a light bulb.
Yes.
And I said, usually... people love lamp. Elena hates lamp.
Yeah.
Which is far worse than the thing that I just said off the cuff moments ago.
But still funny. Also, the other day we were in IKEA and I was like, I hate all these lamps. Uh-huh. And I was like, oh man. And then I said, usually people love lamp. I hate lamp. Yeah. And then here it comes again.
Art imitates life, Ash.
Right.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. I feel like usually I go through IKEA and I'm like, man, I wish I could get all these lamps. But then when I was trying to actually get one, I was like, no, I don't love them.
Yeah, like the Mikael lamp, the Lightenborg, like
the Jorgenstein.
Yeah, nothing was hidden. I'm allowed to say this. I'm Swedish.
It's true. Also, I don't think I gave a good example.
Yours was better than... I don't know. Bonnie and Klaus. Ash, Klaus is in Ty's body, but he wants to be back in his body.
Oh my gosh. Klaus is even annoying even when he's in someone else's body.
Yeah, Ty does a good job of being still annoying as Ty, but also he's Klaus.
Yeah, it's like is he doubly annoying now?
No, I think he's probably more annoying as Klaus.
I will say that Ty is not my favorite. The same.
Klaus, okay, so this is important because Klaus wants Elena not a vampire so he can still make his hybrids.
Right.
That's like, because otherwise it'd be like, why does he care?
And that was like his whole thing for like a year.
It was.
He
Okay.
even made Stefan so bad for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made Stefan bad for it.
But you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everyone knows. If you're on season 4, you know what he made Stefan bad for means.
Yes. Man, I love these rippers. Ash, we've never met Pastor Young before, have we?
We have not.
Oh my gosh, Pastor Young.
Why is the chain of command mayor and then the pastor?
Mayor, sheriff, pastor.
Wrong.
Of course. The 3 parties, checks and balances.
That's horrible.
The 3 whatevers of government, what do they call them?
I can respect each individual role, but that is not like a succession that makes sense to me.
In Mystic Falls, if the mayor... Well, first of all, if the mayor dies, his wife takes over. If she dies, the sheriff takes over. If she dies, the pastor. Of the one church.
Yeah, wait, what? And he was like, how do you... But there's not a bunch of pastors out there being like, no, me, no, me.
Also, the pastors are in charge of the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay, Pastor Young and some of his brodies
Right?
go to Meredith Fell at the hospital and want to secure the blood. Mm-hmm. The council... So what actually is the thing is that the council decides who does what. So the council told the pastor that he could.
Yeah, which also weird. But I guess in a vampire town, you just have to have a governing body, and the council is just the one.
Mm-hmm.
The founding families.
Yeah, the founding families run everything, whether you're mayor, pastor, butcher, sommelier, podiatrist.
Okay.
Okay, Ash. Pastor Young tells Meredith Fell, Alaric Saltzman told them everything. Start looking for a new job, he says. Okay, Ash. So let's improv this scene of Meredith Fell looking for a new job. I'll be Meredith Fell. You be some hospital 2 towns over trying to hire her, okay?
All right. Oh, hi. Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome. Hey, I'm here about the physician job.
All right, here's your resume. Tell me about your previous experience.
Well, I was a doctor over at the Mystic Falls Hospital.
And what were your roles there?
Certainly not giving vampire blood to every single person. But helping heal people.
That's an odd comment. How do you plan on healing people at this new job?
Certainly not vampire blood. Why did you lose your last job?
Oh, okay. So why did you lose your last job at Mystic Falls Hospital?
Well, I was giving too many people vampire blood, and then the pastor came and told me to start looking for a new job, so I thought I'd, put my feelers out.
Well, good news here. There are no pastors that run this hospital, so you're hired. And
scene. Yeah, it was so
weird.
You
can't tell someone what to say, but fine.
It was weird that that it wasn't like, I'm gonna also put you in that cage in the barn.
Yeah.
Look for a new job. You're fine. Just look for a new job.
He respects humans that much.
Yeah.
Just look for a new job. I'm not gonna, steal you up. You're human. Only the vampires.
Yeah, should you not be able to still work if you've done these horrible things? That is what people say about some of these people out here in real life.
Mm-hmm. No, she can get a new job. She just can't work at that hospital.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I know. That's so silly.
Matt and Caroline. Matt says Elena is a vampire because of me. Not so much.
I don't like when people put other people's trauma on themselves.
No, I'd be like...
It's and later when Stefan is gives him the lowdown. Mm-hmm. A lowdown? That's not the right thing. I don't know. Tells him what's what.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I agree with Stefan because Matt's poor me. It's you're alive. You're about to be dead. You're alive. Relax.
And then he would be like, I was dead once.
It's true.
It was fine. Is that a good new
Is
Matt?
that your Matt?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Also, it was weird because after he got saved, he was like, I know Kung Fu.
Also, he was so close to dying when he was drowning. They could have shown him, like, talking to those ghosts again, Ghost Vicky and stuff.
Oh, they could have been, like, waving, like, come on. And then Stefan saved him and be like, no. Mm-hmm. And Jeremy could swim down there and start making out with, what was the ones? Anna, right? Mm-hmm. Swim down there and start making out with Ghost Anna.
In the water, oh gosh. Mm-hmm. Then Jeremy starts drowning.
Yeah, then he just is, like, coughing up water on the side. Look, they should have me come in to punch up some of this stuff.
That was my idea. What do you mean you?
Matt says Elena's... Okay, Caroline doesn't know where to go. She thinks Ty is dead. Mm-hmm. And then a council... Where are they at? The hospital or something? A council Brody comes in with his walkie-talkie. Ash...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These...
And when Matt is in... You're talking about when Matt's there?
Yeah, I don't know where they're
And then
Matt
he's like, and Caroline, like, hides or runs away real fast.
Oh, yeah, in the hospital, yeah.
Yeah.
Ash, people... There's, like, walkie-talkie energy that I do not appreciate.
I agree. It gives you a sense of power that you don't need.
I know it from, like, movie sets, like, we're going to attend my baby. And that's fine because you need to do that, but also it's annoying to me. Even in context, it's annoying to me, but when people just have these walkie-talkies and it's like giving someone, like, a flashlight.
Well, I had to use a walkie-talkie in my old school because I didn't live there. I worked in a portable, and so we didn't have the same announcement system as the rest of the school. So they would have to give us announcements over these walkie-talkies, or like that's how we would, and we didn't have phones, so like that's how you would contact the main building. Mm-hmm. But it was so annoying because it would pick up on all of the other walkie-talkies in the neighborhood where people would be like doing construction and different things. So there'd just be all this like static of other people talking and in the middle of my class, and I would just have to turn it off, and then I would miss important stuff.
And then you got the ham radio guys busting in talking about their model trains or whatever.
It was a very busy walkie-talkie.
I'm guessing you didn't walk around it with it on your hip, though, and you were like, we got the baby.
No, that's not my vibe. Definitely people did.
And people still do that.
That's not for me. I'm like, I don't even want this walkie-talkie.
So, like, I mean, these council guys, these council Pastor Young Brodies were giving me... Yeah, bad vibes.
Well, for sure, they're bad guys.
Walkie-talkies, probably concealed carries, and like all types of implications.
Well, also, if you're a pastor, you think that you can take the law into your hands.
Yes, taking the law into their own hands.
No. Those things are not the same, bro.
Yeah. Pastor Young arrests Forbes and Lockwood.
Yeah, how can you even say that
said,
sentence?
or fires them? Because the pastor runs this town. They found the vervain. A council guy grabs Caroline and injects her neck. Elena and Stefan at Elena's house. Her sandwich looks good, but she says it's disgusting.
I totally understand that, though, because I'm not right now pregnant, but previously when I was pregnant, and you would make something and you'd be like, this looks so delicious, and then you go to eat it and you'd just be like, ooh, this is horrible. You're just so nauseous. That's probably what it's like going in from transition from a human to a vampire.
That's probably what they were going for. Also, then you would, like, when you were pregnant, you would dip pickles into peanut butter.
No, I did not. I ate a lot of cereal and drank orange juice.
And just like when you were pregnant, Elena can't stop thinking about blood.
Maybe.
Stefan should have saved her first. Either let yourself die or be a vampire. Okay, she says
So those are her choices for the next, 18 hours or whatever.
Right.
And then she says, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And then she laughs at saying cross that bridge because of the wickery bridge. And her emotions are heightened. And then she laughs and cries. And I was not into this scene.
No, it was too weird. But also, right now I'm realizing that we have so much more in this episode. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're getting through it.
Okay, sorry guys.
This is a long one.
People missed us, hopefully, and they're ready for a long one.
Who says you gotta listen to a podcast all at once? Hey, it's not a...
I definitely can't.
It's not a movie on Pluto TV where if you stop watching, you lose your spot, which I just learned today.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, I tried to watch this movie, and then I had to go do something, and I was like, well, not watching it anymore.
Oh, wow, yeah, we're still at the beginning. But I know, I didn't like this scene. I feel like Dobrev was doing her acting, but it was just, too weird. And we've seen...
She's a great actor.
She is. And we've seen vampires have their extreme emotions, but the extreme laughter, the extreme cry, I never like.
No.
Also, I've never experienced it. Have you ever laughed so hard that you cried? You went from hysterical laughter to sad crying?
No, only laughing
Till you cry because you're laughing.
to funny crying.
Right, yeah. Funny laughing to funny crying, yes.
And also only laughing until it didn't hurt.
True.
That's a little Tim Casher.
Tim Casher.
Okay, so she goes to her room, or she's in her room or whatever, and Damon is in there.
Yeah, she walked into her room. She's like,
But
I thought you left.
It's a vision of some sort.
Yes.
Damon telling her he loves her, but Stefna deserves her. Stefna, wasn't that the villain in Stranger Things last season? Okay, then he compels her, but now in real time, she's a vampire and uncompelled, so she remembers it, which, when we were watching that, Ash was like, do you know what's going on? And then I said what was going on, and you were like, you're right.
Yeah. I just didn't want you to watch it and not get it in the moment. I feel like it was important for you to know
For sure.
in the moment that she was learning this for the first time. Even though she experienced it herself, she had her memory erased.
Ash, it reminds me of that Clay Aiken song. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, isn't there probably just the one?
Yeah.
But how's it go?
If I was invisible,
Oh, yeah.
I would just watch you in your room, which, not a good look for you, Clay Aiken.
No, and he was in the same season as Ruben Studdard, right?
Which, hey, sorry for 2004. Name
Oh, man.
a more iconic and less iconic song than Sorry for 2004 versus If I Was Invisible.
Sorry for 2004 is the king.
I mean, he should have done one every year. If we had 18...
What if he did one in 2020?
I would have loved it.
Oh, that would have been so good.
I even forget how sorry...
So,
Oh, yeah, this is my Sorry for 2004.
And he says the things that he did wrong.
Well, wait, am I getting it confused with something else? Was it
I have to look
it's
it up.
like I dropped a ball, right? Isn't it like that?
Yeah, wait, okay, yes.
It's like I lost a game. Was it like that?
Now you said was it like that 2 times in a row and turned dispersed in those 2 lyrics? It sounds like you're making a new song.
All right, we're gonna look up Sorry for 2004.
This is where we are today.
Hey, see?
No, you're exactly right.
Yes.
Okay. It
This
literally.
is my Sorry
what?
for
Okay.
2004. And I ain't gonna mess up no more?
Yeah, it's like I missed a shot. That's the first
Yes,
lyric.
it's like I dropped the ball.
dropped the ball. Damn, I'm
sorry. Hell yeah.
It's like I'm on the stage and I forgot the words.
Damn, I'm sorry. Okay, so
Okay,
he's...
but the chorus is, Girl, this is my sorry for 2004, and I ain't gonna mess up no more this year.
This year, yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good song. Oh, he talks about all them strip clubs and hot tubs.
Oh, no. Wait, and I'm conflating now that, I mean, I know Clay Aiken is gay, but Ruben was not?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hey, I mean, whatever's good. Man, I really wish he had a full 18-track album of Sorry for 2004, 2005, 2006, up to 2022.
I agree, but I'm very confused because this says Sorry 2004 was released December 12th, 2003.
Oh, yeah, you know, he was...
He was pre-apologizing for the year to come?
Well, let's see what the lyrics are. Because isn't he like, and this year, I'm going to, like...
I would think that he would apologize for the year he just had, not like what I'm about to do.
I agree, but Sorry for 2004, like, that's fire right there.
It does, yeah, I don't know. That's good.
He was clearing it out for 2003. He was getting ready for 2004. This is my sorry for 2020.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't go. You wouldn't have to say 4. You'd have to make it different. This is my apology for 2003.
Okay. Yeah, I can roll with that. It's like I coughed on you. This is my sorry for 2020.
I have to think about it. With the workshop.
I don't know, but Ruben stuttered. One of the best American Idol
contestant
alumnus.
Yeah. All right, Pete. I'm sorry for that.
And I'm not gonna reference it no more. Right. I could just watch you in your room. Rebecca is mad at some papers and throws them around.
Yes, these are the weird drawings that Klaus does.
Oh,
that
yeah.
like randomly he drew that horse for Caroline, and now we're supposed to believe like he's this incredible like artist and he does all these drawings and we're supposed to care about them.
You like horses, don't you, love? Damon is there, tragic about Elena, she says. All right, Damon whooshes at her with the white oak ash stake.
Yeah, Damon is going wild in this episode.
And she gets shot and staked through the window? Mm-hmm. Elena is looking at pics.
It was like a cross. I was trying to think when we were watching it. It was like a crossbow. One of those.
And she gets flown out the window.
Stakes.
Elena's looking at pics of her parents.
Mm-hmm.
But then downstairs, council bros have Stefan surrounded with guns.
Yeah, this is not a good angle for Stefan. He looks extra short.
Oh, no. He's short? I thought he was tall. Uh-oh. Klaus, as Ty, gets a phone call from Ty's mom. Klaus could totally just be like, rubbish, and just like throw the phone or something. Right?
Yeah.
But he answers the phone and plays to the mom. Why? He's 800 years, he's 1,000 years old. Why does he care about a cell phone call from a mom?
He could have also just not answered. He was like, this lady or whatever he called her.
But again, he wants like this info. He cares about Caroline. They give us reasons, you know. He wants Elena to be alive for the hybrid blood. He answers this phone call to learn about Caroline or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
But also, he could be like rubbish.
He could.
Okay. The council took her. Klaus is worried about Caroline. Yep. Caroline and Rebecca are in Vervain. Okay. I might have been laughing at this one too. Caroline and Rebecca are in Vervain ropes in the back of a van, so they've been reading my fan fiction.
There you go.
Then the van crashes. And I said they went all out for this at Bash. They had a budge.
Right. Yeah, they had a good car crash moment.
Ty as Klaus. Klaus is Ty.
But also the Caroline's like complete shock that Tyler was alive was really believable. I think she did a good job of acting in this scene.
Agreed. Klaus Ty is busting them out. Klaus saves Caroline and tells little sister to keep them busy.
And she's all, what? How? Like, she has a moment, and then he just leaves her, and she's like, oh, man. Like, she can't get out.
And then later they talk about it, and he's like, you can't die.
It's true. He was right.
Forbes fell and Damon, trying to figure out what happened. Did Caroline, snoring pug, did Caroline know where the kidnappers were taking her, they ask? Like, what?
What kidnappers are like, hey, let me just tell you, we're about to go up here, turn left, turn right, do a loop-de-loop, and we're going to end up at this place.
Exactly.
Here's the address.
Yeah, what a dumb question.
No, kidnappers don't tell you nothing.
Unless you're a Bond villain, which we won't even get into that.
Oh, do they tell them where they're going?
Yeah, they do the whole thing about what they're doing. Okay.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, why would she know that? Matt enters. Damon presses him up and says, why does he get to live?
Yeah.
Existential question.
But Damon is always like, I don't have emotions. I turn them off, blah, blah. He's the most emotional.
Yeah. It's like when guys are all like, women are so emotional, and then they're like,
wah, wah, wah. Women are the strong ones, let's just be honest.
let's BH. Pastor Young has Elena asks if she wants.
You
if
just
she
said
still
ass and not ask.
asks if she still wants to be a writer. Ash, this was a really interesting part of the episode when he said that Elena used to read Horror from the High Dive Volume 1 to his kids when she would babysit.
Yeah, and she inspired her, and now she still loves reading or whatever, or writing.
Yeah, and actually, I did an Indiegogo campaign recently, and Elena got Horror from the High Dive Volume 2 because she enjoyed Volume 1 so much. So I was like, man, that was cool that she used to do that.
Love it.
But for real, he says, do you want to be a writer because you read short stories to his kids? Mm-hmm. That was funny.
She was like, right now I'm just trying to be human.
He says no vampires have been invited into this barn.
Lol.
Also, well, that's not exactly true. And her parents, Ash, were anti-vamp. Yeah. Pastor Young tells Elena his whole plan, like a Bond villain.
Hold on, rewind.
Yep.
So, her parents were anti-vamp. She's not. That's kind of how parents and children work, right? Like, someone's against something, and then the younger generation learns about it, and then they're like, that's not so bad. This is actually good, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So, she's just an example of that, to be like...
more open-minded.
Yeah. It's like, these vampires are nice, and they love me, and they protect me.
Yeah. To use the fictional vampire as a stand-in, but once you kind of get to know a person, you see things from their perspective. But
yeah,
not that you should be sucking blood from necks.
I don't know. Sometimes the humans are sucking the vampire blood. So.
That's true. From arms.
Yeah, wrists.
A lot of blood sucking going out in there. Mm-hmm. Ash, speaking of sucking necks, what are you doing later? No. She wants to bite his neck. Mm-hmm. She's looking at that neck.
What did you think of the vampire perspective of the lights and all the little that's just a very different style than Vampire Diaries usually is. It's more horror-y. Yeah,
that's true. A little saw
yeah, just it goes a little a little haywire. Mm-hmm. Did you like that part?
Yeah, it's good. I really there was interesting directing in this. For example, the car crash was good. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So yeah, they're doing stuff. It was a premiere.
Yeah, season 4. They got that money.
We'll see.
Premiere.
I gotta get out of here, she says, and runs outside.
Hopefully she didn't say it like that. I got to get out of here.
The sun starts burning her, and then a guy gun butts her,
Yeah.
and she's knocked out.
That happens so much in movies and stuff like that. Just you get the butt of the gun right in the face.
And then you black out.
I definitely could never do that to anyone for many reasons, but also I'd be so worried that they would accidentally die.
Oh, yeah.
Every
Just
time.
do it. That is just like a trope, and it just is a shortcut.
Because wouldn't you just die? You just break your nose into your brain?
That's something that could happen, I guess. But or you could just...
So scary.
They could fall and hit their head on a rock, or they could just be like, ow, and not be knocked out.
That's true. Yeah, and that like motion and the sound effect is always so intense. It makes me so on edge. I don't like it.
I'm no Meredith Fell, fired doctor, but if you're unconscious for a long time, that's really bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, usually you get knocked unconscious and then you kind of come to close after that. But if you're like, oh, we had enough time to like drag you to this barn and now you're waking up an hour later, that's like real bad.
Yeah.
I would guess.
Yeah, that's not good for your brain.
Ash, we're no Meredith Fells here. Okay. Caroline and Ty see each other in the woods.
Ty Klaus.
Ty Klaus, how are you alive? But he says that he wants to like do something with different equipment later or something.
Yeah, he was using his kind of Klaus voice.
Yeah, he had a kind of an accent.
Yeah, and then he was like, wrong time, wrong equipment.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to say he wanted to in his own body.
Yes.
But Caroline wasn't getting it. And he didn't really try hard to make her get it.
No, and also he says hot hybrid sex, or she does, or something.
Yeah.
That's silly.
She says it.
All right. Bonnie chants in Latin. The spirits aren't listening. She can go to the other side and get Elena. She would have to die to go over there, and she has a new source of power.
The dark magic.
Dark magic. Still trying to find Stefan with Damon and Matt and Fell and Forbes. What? They figure out Pastor Young has a cattle. Okay, so they're like in the house and they're like spitballing, like blah, blah, blah. And then like someone's like, well, Pastor Young has a cattle ranch.
Oh, yeah, and Meredith Fell's like...
Those pens could be easily modified.
No, Matt says that too.
Yeah.
And then Fell goes... It's secluded. It's far away. Like she said, two different things that meant the same thing in a row.
What's that making me think of? It's secluded. It's far away. Oh, it's kind of like Drunk History.
Yeah, it was very much like that. It's like it's secluded. No one knows it's there. It's far. It's like just like the same thing over and over.
Yeah, doesn't that remind you of Drunk History? Like, it's secluded, and then someone has to mouth those.
Yeah, it did sound like just a drunk, stupid thing.
Yeah, he has a cattle ranch, and those pens could be easily modified.
Yeah, Meredith Fell needed to say nothing else.
All right, Elena's in the easily modified pen.
For humans, for vampires.
Rebecca is hacking up a lung. I guess she's coughing in there.
Yeah, the people are coughing because there's a bunch of vervain around.
Stefan is there too. Elena didn't feed. She has less than 3 hours to feed or she dies.
Yeah, and I'm going to say Caroline. Wait, who is it? Rebecca is so happy. She's like, oh, and I get to watch you die twice.
Bonnie is chanting in Latin again. Her nose is bleeding a lot. Jeremy is freaked.
He has seen Bonnie scary bleeding, chanting way too many times.
And
I
this
would
was
have
the
like
most blood in this one.
it was. I would have consistent nightmares if I was Jeremy.
She dies. She's now in the barn with Elena. Elena's dying too. Bonnie stands her up, but then Graham says, "No, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Stay away from this sort of darkness." She wakes up and it didn't work.
Yeah, because she went away. She didn't. She listened to Graham's.
Elena needs blood. She's dying. A council bro comes in. Stefan tries to get him to release Elena, but the bro shoots him.
Yeah, so now he has some wooden stake bullet thingies in his body. Then he's weakened even more.
Klaus wants Bonnie to do the spell. He starts ripping Ty/his own heart out.
This annoys me as far as like storyline goes because I don't know why Klaus is so motivated to get back in his own body like ASAP. Mm-hmm. Which at the beginning of the episode he was like, "Don't tell anyone. It's just me, blah, blah, blah." So now why is he just like, I don't know. He's just so hard and fast about like, I have to do it right now. Doesn't matter. Instead of like, what does it matter to you?
And also he's like, "I'll rip this heart out and then I'll jump into somebody's body. I don't know. I don't care."
Yeah. Just to like bully them into doing it. And yeah. This seemed a little just kind of like a weird side thing that they could have not really had.
Stefan takes the bullet out of his leg. Elena should have fed this morning.
He should have listened to Damon. Stefan's always doubting himself, thinking Damon's right, even though Stefan is doing what he thinks Elena wants him to do.
Mm-hmm. Matt and Damon roll up to Pastor Young's place. Damon bites Matt. He wants to trade Matt for Stefan and Elena, and then someone shoots Damon.
Also, this is not a good plan. You could see the barn from the front yard. They should have just walked over there. Or Damon could have distracted them and Matt could have gone over there, and then Matt could have given human blood to Elena. Like, they could have definitely planned this way better.
Dang.
I'm just saying.
They should have had you over there.
Like, why are you both saying, like, I don't know. It wasn't good.
Bonnie is doing more Latin. Ty comes back, but then falls down. Graham's warned her, and now they're taking it out on Graham's in the in-between or whatever.
Man, this is not good. And you see Graham's getting, like, in so much pain.
I know, that's so sad.
And she didn't even do anything. It's Bonnie's fault.
I know, but what's Bonnie supposed to do? Mm-hmm. And she didn't even solve it, as we'll see. Rebecca wants this council bro to let her out. He wants to watch her die. But then she scares him, and Stefan smashes him up and tries to get Elena to drink his pooled blood.
Right, but he didn't get his body close enough.
She reaches for it. It slowly goes to her, so slowly. She gets some blood and licks it.
Yeah, it took forever.
Damon is down, plain dead.
Mm-hmm. Like he's wont to do.
But then he jumps up and fights the council bros.
He's just like, people think you're dead when you're laying down. So like that's just how he lives his life.
Are all people who are laying down are dead? No. But are all dead people laying down? Mm-hmm. I don't know if that made sense, but you get what I'm saying. All right. Damon now wants to kill Matt for real, right?
Yeah.
Should have been you. Vampire Elena whooshes over and says, "Leave him alone."
Yeah, you get to see her as a true vamp for the first time.
Yeah, H for B.
H for Damon.
H for A, anger.
Okay.
You ever get H for A?
I don't know.
Anger. All right. Stefan saves Matt. He says, "Stop saving me." That was funny. Matt and Stefan both blame themselves. And then, Stefan gives him the lowdown or whatever you said.
Yeah.
Every morning you get out of bed, you better earn it. Like he's like a football coach in the South.
Right.
Damon is mad at Elena, but she remembers everything that he had previously compelled her to forget.
Yeah.
But she made the choice of Stefan. Damon said, make a choice. She chose Stefan.
Mm-hmm. But now she can be like, I'll choose Stefan for 100 years and Damon for 100 years and Stefan for 100 years.
Where's Catherine at?
I know. They should have just, like, got together, had a little meeting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if it's that really long, I mean, you can probably figure it out, right?
I mean, if everyone is into it.
It seems like they would be, those four.
Damon wanted Elena to grow up and have a life.
Mm-hmm.
Klaus is gently taking blood bags. What was that, his family's blood or something?
It was Elena's blood.
Oh, his hybrid blood.
Yeah.
Rebecca is mad. He saved Ty, not her. But
No, he saved Caroline.
Got it.
In the van.
Yes.
She's like, you left me.
And he's like, you can't die. Mm-hmm. All right, Klaus was too clean shaven in this.
Fair. Especially for being in a box. He got out of that box all decrepit and gray and then just immediately shaved his face, I guess.
I guess so. Or maybe his hair follicles died along with him. Rebecca is jealous. Klaus tells her she's nothing to him from now on. She's like, you wanted family. And he's like, you're not my family.
And she's like, I mourned you.
And he's like,
I was sad at your drawings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's like, I only want hybrids as family.
Too bad Elijah's in here because
he's my family.
He's the truest of all. Now I don't even know what kind of accent I'm doing.
Crikey.
To get kind of New Zealandy Australian.
And where's my friend Britt?
I don't know where
we're
we
good
are.
at that.
Where
All
are we
right.
at?
Elena and Stefan are up on the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is about to change, which that could just be the poster for the season.
Or
up on the roof.
The whole show.
Everything is about to change. She's going to feel pain and crave blood. Mm-hmm. But they smooch anyway. You're going to feel pain and crave blood. Right?
Yeah. I do appreciate that Stefan is, like, giving her kind of the real deal, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, you're not just going to be super strong and have hot vampire sex and drink whiskey and cold coffee. Wait, cold? Wait, no, hot.
Hot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hot coffee. You're going to also crave blood and have extreme emotions. You're almost going to be like how you already are.
Mm-hmm. All right, they need to get inside before sunrise. However, Bonnie made her a sunlight ring yesterday. Bonnie was busy, huh?
It's called a daylight ring, but yes.
Or what did I say, sunrise?
Sunlight.
Sunlight? All right, she made that yesterday?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Man.
Isn't it cute, though? It's not like a... It is actually... Okay, so did you get a senior ring?
No.
Okay. I don't know if my brothers did, but I got one. Mm-hmm. But I didn't get the giant square. I was like, this is disgusting. I think my parents wanted me to get one. I don't know. But I got like a small one. It was kind of like the one Elena had, but mine had a red stone or gem or whatever in it. Have you ever seen it?
Probably you showed it to me.
I think I have like some pom-poms on one side and the other side says like 04.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I've...
Oh, just dating myself.
I'm sorry for 2004.
I know. No.
I'm much younger than you, so... You know...
I worked for like a month and then I was like, I'm done with this.
When you did high school sporting activities, right? Did you ever... Right?
Yeah.
Did you ever get a Letterman jacket?
I got a letter. Yeah.
I got a David Letterman jacket.
No, you didn't. That's funny. You wish you did. No, but I did get the letter, and then you could put it on a jacket. Mm-hmm. And I got a letter, and I got a pin for the letter. I do have, like, what you would, like, iron on or whatever. Mm-hmm. I have it.
Congrats.
I'm proud of it.
You were also a collegiate athlete.
I was.
Wow.
The days.
Did your ring, could you go out in the daylight in it?
Yep.
Well, there you go. All right, Ash, last scene of the ep. Pastor Young is letting the gas out in the room.
Oh, my gosh.
And he says, we'll reunite in eternity. And then he explodes them all. So I'm wondering... All right, let's just jump into Pete-dictions.
Okay, well, hold on. So he tried to revive the town and to eliminate the vampires. Mm-hmm. And at what point does he decide they failed?
When all the vampires got out, I guess.
They got out from
his
their
modified
cages.
pen.
And he was like, well, then we're done trying. Like,
I don't know.
Really? It was like 1 second
That's
later?
why we're getting into Pete-dictions.
Okay, I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm saying, like, how is it viewed in the episode, but okay.
It's him being a friggin' zealot. Mm-hmm. All right, Pete-dictions. So, are they actually all exploded? Okay, if they're all exploded, then they just created a problem and got rid of it immediately in one episode. So I don't think that's the case. Are they going to be some burned up zombies or something? That'd be cool.
You love a good zombie.
Are they going to be burned up zombies? Or, like, is some vampire, like, is the Klaus going to swoop in and be like, you are now my zombie hybrids, and they're all burned up and stuff? I don't know, but I can't believe that Pastor Young, we meet... Alaric, I thought, was going to be there for 3 episodes. He was there for 3 seasons. Mm-hmm. So Pastor Young... All right, maybe I'm wrong again. Like, I was wrong about Alaric. Maybe I'm wrong again about Pastor Young. I don't think he's going to be there for just 1 episode.
Okay. All I can do is smile and say okay every time you give a Pete-diction because I'm trying to just be consistent in my reaction.
Yeah, I mean, last episode I Pete-dicted that Caroline was going to make out with Klaus Ty.
You did, and you also Pete-dicted that Elena would be a vampire. Mm-hmm. And I think there's one more thing.
Yeah, I get this stuff right sometimes.
You do, yeah, you do.
But he explodes all these townsfolk. The end.
The end.
All right, Ash, how many fangs?
2 fangs.
2 fangs for me as well.
Yeah, it's good. You're like, Elena is a vampire. She didn't want to be a vampire. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Alaric is gone.
I'm happy to be watching this show again.
Real good. Hey.
All right, Ash, are you ready?
We have a fan, you guys. He's a true fan.
Yep. I was hesitant. All right, Ash, it's time for the game.
Okay.
It's called Damon, Legolas, Lindelof, or Gandalf.
What? Can you write it down on a piece of paper?
Damon, Legolas, Lindelof, or Gandalf? Let me explain.
I don't know Lindelof.
So Damon Salvatore, but then one of the writers or creators of Lost is Damon Lindelof.
Oh, okay. You said this the other day.
And then Legolas is, of course, the elf from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and it's
Orlando
Bloom.
And Gandalf, also Lord of the Rings.
Gandalf, Legolas, Lindelof, and
Damon.
Oh, Damon is just okay.
Damon, Legolas, Lindelof, or Gandalf.
Oh God, okay.
Okay, so these are quotes, and you're gonna tell me who said it.
I'll probably be like I probably won't be able to say the person's name. I'll just be like the elf.
Okay, so was it Damon Salvatore, Legolas the elf, Damon Lindelof, TV creator, or Gandalf, either the gray or white.
Okay.
All right.
I would appreciate a word bank, but next time.
Okay. A red sun rises. Blood has been spilled on this night.
Gandalf.
No. Legolas, the elf. All right. There is no suspense in inevitability.
Guy, the writer.
Yes.
What's his name?
Damon Lindelof.
Lindelof.
So there's two Damons, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Our life is one big proverbial coin toss.
Damon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're 2 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
It is not despair, for despair is only for those who see the end beyond all doubt. We do not.
Gandalf.
Yes, all right, 3 for 4. I've been in love. It's painful, pointless, and overrated.
Damon, you could have tried to trick me a little bit more with your delivery. Just saying.
I did some face acting on that one.
I would have picked Damon anyways, though.
All right, so you're 4 for 5. I do believe in killing the messenger. Know why? Because it sends a message.
A Legolas.
Nope, Damon. I didn't do the face this time.
I know, but that sounded like a Legolas thing.
Mm-hmm.
Say it one more time.
I do believe in killing the messenger. Know why? Because it sends a message.
Yeah.
All right.
That definitely makes sense.
What about dying side by side with a friend?
Wait, okay, so now Damon and Legolas seem like they're the same character. Legolas?
They're both hunks. They're both feminine hunks.
Orlando Bloom.
Yes, that is Legolas. I'm not glass half full, glass half empty. I'm like, there's a glass.
Are you trying to trick me now? That's Damon.
Damon Lindelof, you're right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But you were guessing Salvatore.
Nope.
Right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I don't know. You're mostly right. I forget.
I think I missed 2 or 3.
All right. And finally, a wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Damon Salvatore.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Just kidding.
But weirdly enough,
Damon Salvatore quoting.
He was reading.
Yeah, he was reading
Lord
from
of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he is an avid reader.
He is.
As we know.
Also, does this line up? He knew Tolkien.
Probably.
He partied with him back in the day.
They sucked each other's blood for a minute.
Yeah. Glad you said blood. Ash. Ash.
Yes.
If you want to see what we're up to with this podcast or with other writing ventures, you can go to @High Dive Publishing on Instagram.
I do. I follow it.
Okay, but also the listener can. Personally, I have a couple of books out that you personally could read.
Yeah. Me? Or
But
them?
also the listener. Horror from the High Dive, volumes 1 and 2 are currently out.
Yes.
Well, actually, no. Volume 1 is out. Volume 2 will be out on Halloween, but get that pre-order in.
Yeah, pre-order.
If you pre-order from one of these websites, you might get it like the day of or the day after. Mm-hmm. The Happenstances series, you can buy all 3 of those books right now.
All 3, you guys.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I had to wait years in between books. You can just read them all.
You can, and you should.
You guys are lucky.
And yeah, I don't know. That's it. That's all I want to talk. That's all I want to say.
Do it to it. Also, treat your teachers well. They're like gift cards and whatever else they ask you for.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.